In the merciless grip of the jungle, where ancient rivers carve through emerald canopies and swallow the echoes of history, something extraordinary waits in silence. For decades, a once mighty military helicopter lay, abandoned in the murky depths of a forgotten river, its steel bones gnawed by rust, its powerful rotors tangled in vines thick as pythons. Its cockpit, once alive with the roar of engines and the crackle of radio commands, now home only to silt algae and the relentless flow of water that never forgets. This is no ordinary machine. This is a warrior of the skies, a legend forged in fire and flight, left to rot as the world moved on. But today we stand at the edge of the impossible. This is the story of resurrection, of human ingenuity refusing to let greatness die, of a forgotten helicopter pulled from the grave of nature itself and returned to the heavens where it belongs. Imagine it, the year it was abandoned, decades ago, when jungle warfare raged and this bird answered the call of duty. It lifted heroes into battle, evacuated the wounded under enemy fire, and danced through hell with blades spinning like a god's fury. But one day, fate turned cruel. A crash landing? A strategic abandonment? The river claimed it, and the jungle sealed its tomb. Rust spread like a cancer. Vines wrapped its fuselage in a lover's chokehold. The once shining cockpit glass clouded over like blind eyes staring into eternity. Yet, even in decay, its spirit endured. Every rivet, every strut whispered, "I am not finished." And now, a team of relentless restorers, engineers, mechanics, visionaries has answered that call. They have come to the jungle with cranes, boats, torches, and unbreakable will. This is their quest. This is the helicopter's impossible restoration. The discovery hits like a thunderclap. Local explorers push through dense undergrowth, machetes flashing, sweat pouring, hearts pounding. The river is treacherous, currents that can drown a man in seconds. Crocodiles lurking in the shadows, mosquitoes thick as storm clouds. But then, there it is. A glint of twisted metal beneath the water's surface. A rotor blade jutting upward like a skeletal hand reaching for the sky. They dive in. The water is cold, dark, unforgiving. Flashlights cut through the murk, revealing the full horror and beauty of the wreck. The fuselage is half buried in silt. The tail boom bent but defiant. Engine cowlings corroded beyond recognition. Vines have grown through open panels, turning the interior into a living greenhouse. This machine fought wars and lost to time. Or so it seemed. Extraction begins at dawn. Massive inflatable boats form a floating platform. Divers secure heavy straps around the airframe, fighting the river's jealous grip. Winches groan. Chains rattle. The jungle itself seems to protest as the helicopter is slowly, agonizingly lifted from its watery grave. Water cascades off the wreckage like tears of release. Mud and debris fall in sheets. The rotors, once spinning at 300 revolutions per minute, now hang limp and heavy, dripping with decades of neglect. The team works without pause. Hours turn into days. One wrong move and the river reclaims its prize forever. But these men and women are forged from the same steel as the machine they rescue. They shout encouragement over the roar of generators. They adjust straps millimeter by millimeter. And finally, with a collective roar of triumph, the helicopter breaks free. It rises from the river like a phoenix from the ashes, dripping, battered, but alive. Transported on flatbeds through narrow jungle roads, the wreck arrives at the workshop, a sacred space of grease, sparks, and second chances. The air smells of oil, metal, and possibility. This is where the real battle begins. Now comes the reckoning. The helicopter is stripped bare under harsh workshop lights. Every inch is inspected. The fuselage is a battlefield of corrosion, rust eating through aluminum like acid. Structural members weakened to the point of collapse. Wiring harnesses rotted into brittle threads. The engine? A block of seized metal, cylinders fused by time and moisture. But look closer. Beneath the decay lies perfection waiting to be reborn. The original serial numbers still legible. The manufacturer's stamps from a bygone era. This machine was built to last, and now it will. Cleaning is an art and a war. High-pressure washers blast away. Decades of river mud at 4,000 psi, chemical. Baths dissolve rust without harming the metal beneath. Wire brushes spin furiously. Every panel, every bolt, every rivet is liberated from its prison of filth. The team works in shifts, hands raw, eyes burning from fumes, but spirits soaring. They catalog every part, thousands of them, photographing, labeling, measuring. Nothing is discarded unless it is truly beyond salvation. Hours blur into days. The once blackened wreckage begins to gleam. Aluminum shines again. Steel regains its strength. The cockpit, cleared of vines and silt, reveals its original gauges, dormant instruments that will soon dance with life once more. This is not just cleaning. This is reverence. Every stroke of the brush honors the pilots who once flew her. Every wiped surface is a promise kept to history. Disassembly is where legends are dismantled to be reborn stronger. The rotors come off first, massive blades that once sliced the air with lethal precision. They are craned away, inspected for cracks invisible to the naked eye. The transmission is unbolted with surgical care. The main rotor head, a marvel of N.